Today is May 19th, and since today morning, in fact, yesterday night, they gave me this ear ringing, right? And I kind of woke up, but then I fell asleep. And then again, the moment I woke up, actually in the morning, um, I had continuous this ringing, and I think because I had to go out today, out of state, I had to drive. It was an hour and a half drive and all that. So when I'm driving and when I'm doing other stuff, I can't listen. I can't hear these ringing sound as much. It's like like I don't know. If you have seen this Battleship movie, you know how they show that alien is making this sonic boom sound, like some kind of sound, like high pitch or high frequency or low frequency sound. And all these navy people, in the ships, um, all the glasses gets broken, and then these people's ear gets hurt, and you can hear this low sound. It's something similar, but it's very very faint. But sometimes, like, it's not that faint, like it literally, like sometimes they uh, jack up this frequency or the sound itself, and so it's little louder. So this higher sound or higher volumes sound that I keep hearing is very annoying. It's very very much annoying, right? So why they have started to do all these ear thing, I've uploaded probably 4 or 5 videos about it. That it was my mother-in-law. She has had problem with hearing for past, I don't know, 2 years now. In fact, she has been saying this for even before she moved with us, that she has this hearing problem and all that. But when she moved with us back in 2021, um, October, so almost like 2022 that she was here, and 2023, half of 2023, so about 1.5 years that she has moved with us. She said that she has all these hearing problem and all that, and she can hear this low pitch sound, in her ear, like this kind of, like she says a kind of cricket sound. Okay, now I don't hear this cricket sound in my ear, but because these people have been giving me this continuous kind of sound in my ears. Um, and initially they gave me in both the ears for straight 5 to 6 days. And it's only because, see, we went to the store and it had this free hearing test. So I told my mother-in-law that, you're thinking to get hearing aids. So, might as well first get your ears checked. And there, the lady said that, she can get the hearing aids. But then it was my father-in-law's decision to come back home and talk it out with my hubby and all that. I've already said this in my previous videos. And so my hubby said, okay, if they want, they can get it, but it was my mother-in-law's decision not to get it, because that will solve only the problem of hearing. I mean, she can do normal conversation with us. There is absolute no problem. Only she has problem with very very faint sound when somebody's speaking very low, or if somebody's at a distance and say a bird is chirping at a distance, I can hear it properly, but she cannot hear it. So those kind of sounds she cannot hear. So for that, and the decision was like, my hubby just said that if she's going to India, she can just get it from there. Maybe it's cheaper over there. So my mother-in-law, she's already planning to go to India in December. So maybe she said, that's why she said no, she doesn't want to get the hearing aids. And it was not going to solve the this problem anyways. Because I tried to put some earplugs. I tried to use aluminum foil, as my mother said, and all that. Aluminum foil did not work. Earplugs did not work, nothing. So then, but just because these people want to hone in on some of my goodness, so they want to find some loopholes in my goodness. Oh, you want to go make her ears check? You want to be such a good person? Okay, fine. But you did not get hearing aids? Okay, now we're going to make issue about that. Okay, now my work is done, my job is done. It's really up to 3 of them. They have to decide if they want to get it. It's we can always just go and get it. It's not a big deal. So there, I can't do anything about it. Now the sound that she's getting, she said that she'll do some, it's some yogic exercise that she already knows, and that she will do it. That's what she said. But these people still want to continue doing all this. So for straight first 5 6 days, they gave me these extreme sounds in both of my ears, and I almost felt in the entire head region also. It was that like initially for 2 3 days it was very low. I could barely make it. I could feel something is off, because I've never had these kind of sounds before in my entire targeting that they've done, from the cuts to removing of eyelashes to weird insect activities to virtual reality dreams to induced thoughts, induced this, purple marks on my body, burning marks, pulling off eardrum, pulling, hitting my ear, hitting my hands, hitting my feet, or twitching, muscle twitch, all electric shocks, all this has been done, but they have never done this ear thing continuous for entire day. So this was new, and see, they always do, they synchronize in for super interrogation purposes, Dr. Richard Boylan says. So I immediately knew that these people now want to synchronize and super interrogate and make me feel guilty, and same thing, so they started doing it for 5 6 days. And the initial 3 days was like low sound, and then they really ramped up, and it's almost like made me realize, oh hello, we are doing something to you. So I figured that, and I had to make the videos. And when I made videos, in that first video I said that, when we were filling out a questionnaire to before going to the hearing center, my mother-in-law, she said that she can hear this sound mainly in one ear. So because I said one ear, guess what? The 5 6 days that they have been giving me continuous sound in both the ears and my including my head region, I don't know how it was like almost everywhere I was able to hear. That stopped. Immediately it stopped, and they gave me only in the right ear. You see, they do everything on the right side. I've been telling you for all my targeting, mostly everything they want to make issue about is always on the right side. Like for example, today I was wearing, so since past 2 3 years that I've been wearing earbuds, they have been giving me continuous one clicking sound. Initially within a minute they will, when I wear, within a minute they'll give first clicking sound, one click in my earbud, not my ears, not my right ear, only in my right earbud. That is one click sound, and then they will start to drain out the battery. Initially they used to drain it out within 3 hours, then they started to drain out within 2 hours, 1 hour. And now they are just doing it within 30 minutes. Okay, so this, and but the moment, after a minute or two, if I turn back the same earbud on, it will last for another, I don't know, sometimes it lasts for an hour, sometimes it lasts for half an hour, sometimes it lasts for only 10 minutes. So it's very weird how all these things last, because it's on full charge, everything is full. So like I said, they want to make issue everything on the right side. So yeah, if they can burst out the bulbs, if they can drain the battery, and then even recharge it somehow, they have all these technology, or they're doing via witchcraft. So yeah, they do it. So yeah, they started to give me on the one ear, and then initially for 5 6 seconds, only one day, they had stopped giving me on the left side, but I was reading something, and then they wanted to say, they want to confirm something, right? So they immediately gave me very high pitch sound in my left side of my ear, only for 5 6 seconds. That's it. And then they immediately stopped. But yeah, they continued on the right side. Now, I did notice that sometimes they totally stop on both the sides. But like today, like I said, in fact, since yesterday night, I believe, yeah, they have been giving me this continuous um, these sound, like even today. So I was driving, I didn't realize as much, but I could figure out a little bit, because you know I wasn't playing anything, songs or anything in my car. So yeah, I could hear a little bit, but then it wasn't as bad. Maybe there was other noise, we were talking in the car. So yeah, probably that got canceled out. Even when I was at the restaurant, I didn't feel as much. But yeah, when I'm alone in my car, when everything is like pin drop silence, I definitely start hearing this. And of course, when I came home and it was like absolute loud, like right now, it's really, I can hear it. Not on the left side, but only on the right side. But before that, before I made this video, it was on both, in both the ears, okay? So anyways, so that is one torture that they gave me. Now, we went to this restaurant and the food turned out really sucky, okay? So I so what happened for very first time, like when we were thinking about these restaurants, immediately they start to call, oh, spam risk, okay? So whatever restaurant like we were deciding on to go to, they wanted to tell spam risk, okay, like because we were figuring out some other restaurant. So maybe they wanted to tell that just because my father-in-law, he had already chosen like one restaurant he wanted to go to. And so I was just saying that, just check out if there is any other, because we already dined over there and like I remembered it was kind of okay. So we were checking out some other restaurants, and I don't know, at that time we were getting this spam risk call. So I wasn't sure it was the restaurant that we were going to they had problem, or the other one that we were trying to figure out they were telling spam risk. But yeah, they want to make issue about we choosing some restaurant, and that is exactly when they will make all these phone calls that people think are just random robotic calls. No, these are um, or at least in my case, they are using these kind of robotic calls to give me all this signaling, um, or always to put me down, oh, you don't go there, you don't do this, right? It's the same signaling that they always do with me. So that was one thing. And sure, and then when we went to the my father-in-law's chosen restaurant, it turned out really crappy. Then I mean the food was really crap. Now on the way, when I'm thinking in my brain, because I started to have a little bit of kind of sore throat and like little weirdness in my throat, and so I'm like, I hope I don't get any infection and this. I was just thinking, and on the way I was just thinking like how crappy the food was. Even if I'm thinking, they started to give me shooting pin pain or needle pain in the right side of my waist. Then while I'm driving, so my attention, and there were like 3 lanes. Now they are giving me one twitch on the right side of my um hand, right side of my hand, my arm, okay? They just gave me one twitch. It means oh, you cannot think about it, about the crappy food. I don't know, they want to say see how they again want to make more issue about that. So they not only gave me pain or the needle shooting pain while I was driving in my was it waist area or abdomen area that they gave me. um so my attention went there a little bit while I'm driving, imagine. And there are like 3-4 lane highway I was on, okay? uh, so this is how they harassed me. And then they continued it for about, I would say, about a minute. And these are very shooting little pain where it pains, it immediately makes my attention go there, and the focus is going there. So I'm getting distracted while I'm driving. This is what these people do. And yeah, of course, then they relieved after like a minute or something. But then after a few while, we happened to speak again about and about some food or some restaurant, something like that. And then again, my, because see, I was having little kind of sore throat thing, so again, my attention is going there, oh, I hope I don't get this sore throat. And I was just thinking about the food, like how crappy it was and all that. And then again, these people started to give me a little bit of the same pain, okay? Only when I'm thinking that. So they are obviously doing mind reading, or else there's nothing. And it's always on the right side, mind you. On this, so the needle pain they gave me while I'm driving, we are at home. Now my hubby comes. Now he loves this particular Asian restaurant. It's only available at this particular city that I was in today. And we do not have this restaurant here in my entire state that I live in. So whenever we go to that city, in that state, I try to grab the food for him, and he loves it. So anyways, we I got that food. So when he came, and when I was about to serve the food to him, these people again want to make issue about, oh no no no, you should cook the food for, for your hubby. Like I said, oh, you don't get food from outside for him. Same misogyny mentality is going on, right? Because I was just recently playing a video that I had it stored in my iPad, and no, actually, it was yesterday that I recorded while I was. Oh, now they are just giving me twitch on the left side of my thigh, confirming the same that, oh no, it's in my phone, and that I recorded yesterday, where I'm talking about misogyny in that video and how. I said that when they were doing gang stalking, and whenever we are going out to dine at night from home, if we are going, then definitely there'll be a red or maroon color car waiting either within my subdivision. I'm not even in I did not move out of my subdivision into my own neighborhood yet. I'm still within my subdivision, and there'll be a car parked in somebody's driveway. So the owner of that house who has a driveway, they will have this red or maroon color car parked with their brake lights on. So they will even place their foot on the brake, and they will have like brake lights on. Or they will have some other car play, like when I'm go outside of my subdivision, and there is like I'm within my neighborhood, but we have like a middle lane, like a yellow color, those middle lanes. There they will have some kind of car just facing, either their tail light is facing our car while we are going, or headlight will be facing us, but a car is just parked there without like nothing. Or there is another subdivision on our right side as we go out, so a car will be just parked with the headlights facing us. So all these kind of lot of gang stalking, and every single time we go out, there used to be some kind of car, so they make it obvious that, hey, we are standing for you, oh, you cannot go out. So that was kind of mental torture was going on. Slavery, misogyny was going on. And then, like I said, they just gave me twitch on the left side of my thigh as I'm speaking, so they are confirming the same. So while I was playing that video, and when I was saying that thing that they were doing this gang stalking and all that, so even in that video when I was playing today, they confirmed it by giving me this kind of twitch that, oh yeah, we were saying this, and we are doing this to you. So they are even confirming the misogyny thing. And they used to do a lot for, I think they did all these things for almost straight 3 to 4 years with me. No, you cannot go out. And or there will be so say if we go to like an ice cream shop, there's a guy in the same parking lot, it's a red color car, and he will have some hood up, the front hood up, and the boy and girl, male and female, I don't know, girlfriend, boyfriend, or husband, wife, or whoever those two were, they're just sitting in the car. They are not doing anything, and there's this charger, the battery charger cables are just lying on the ground. They are doing absolute nothing. While we are eating ice cream, they're just sitting there, and actually the guy was just staring at me. He'll stare at me for a while, then he will just start looking elsewhere while we eating. But I could tell because they used to do these kind of gang stalking with me a lot. They want to make issue about some, oh, now you don't have battery, you're going, use some battery. You cannot go to ice cream shop like this for so to and they used to use these battery stuff a lot back then. So, and guess what, I didn't, while we were there, we didn't see this guy do anything with his battery. And immediately while we are leaving, I did not even realize when this guy packed up, because the cables was lying in under his car. So I didn't realize, like, he has to remove the cables from under his car. He had to close his front hood, and then he has to sit back in the car, and then he has to drive to follow us. And literally he was right behind us, and we are just coming out of this mall. It's like outdoor mall, and we are at the stop sign, and we just made a left turn, and there was a signal. And guess what? He actually overtook us, like he bypassed us. He came in front of us, and the license plate said big red, no, yeah, big red dot. So that is another thing they used to sensitize me with. It's a big red flag. You know how you say it's like a big red flag? It's the same thing. So basically, they wanted to say, oh, and he actually honked at us. Like he literally honked at us. Why? Now, we are just driving in our lane. We were on the rightmost lane. We did not pass anybody. We just made a turn, like a normal regular turn. There was no reason to honk. The only reason to honk was to give me that signal about the license plate. So license plate, the red car, the cables, the battery cables, and he's staring at me. All of this was a pure indication, and all these mental torture. Oh, no, no, you cannot eat ice cream, or you shouldn't be eating ice cream. You should go home and cook. That's it. So yeah, this is what was going on a lot for past 4 years. I'm saying this is not like a one random thing that happened. No. So anyways, so today when I went to serve food to him, they started to give me this shooting needle pain on the right side of my abdomen area. They gave me like 2-3 times. Then they stopped, of course. Then when I went, now my hubby finished eating everything. Then there was some leftover, like string beans, and so I'm like, okay, I'll finish this because I could not had my proper lunch at that restaurant, and after I came home, I just had some eggs and stuff, so I really didn't have vegetable today. So I'm like, yeah, let me just eat these vegetables. So, and I was almost kind of full, so I could not even finish those vegetables. So, but I just had a little bit of it. But the moment I went to grab those vegetables from the container and I was taking it in the plate, guess what? These people again gave me shooting needle pain in the right side of my waist. Oh, no, 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 no. You cannot eat those string beans. You shouldn't be eating it. You see how they do these mental torture and the slavery programming with me, misogyny programming with me? You cannot have that. So immediately they gave me shooting needle pain in the right side of my waist. Only, I think twice, or yeah, twice or thrice they gave me. And then I went to the dining room. My hubby was sitting right across me, and I was just eating. I ate a little bit, and there was still leftover, and so the little bit I just trashed it. Now I'm going to wash utensils. Okay, while I'm washing out, now they just gave me electric shock on the right side of my head. Oh, that why did you waste the food? Maybe that's what they want to say. I'm just guessing because I don't know. Because I said that, oh, there was some leftover food, so what can I do about that, right? Because it was really his order, not mine. um, so, yeah. So when I went to wash the utensils, now the plates, okay, again, I was there for probably 20-30 minutes. And then while I'm doing the water, I was, his water bottle that I was washing, I don't know what problem they had to make, but oh, you are washing the, even like the way I do it, like say I'm doing like outer part little bit, and then I'm putting some soap inside the water bottle, and then I'm wiping the bottom. Like even for that sequence, they want to make so much issue that they started to give me shooting pain in my pelvic area, in my almost that pelvic bone area. So yeah, why you're wiping it outside, and because bottom is like the most gross, and I don't like to use the bottom part first. I don't know, they want to make issue, like I said, they made issue. And anyways, it's soap and everything is ultimately all the what do you call, bacterias, everything is gonna get killed because I am like continuously washing and rinsing out um, the water bottles anyways. But they wanted to make sure they made it. So yeah, that's what they did. And then when I went to grab the chopstick that these people had given with that food that I brought for my hubby, I was just using that chopstick to put down the trash in my trash can, like, there were like so many papers and everything, and so it had filled up. So I was just using that chopstick to press down on the trash, and then I was to trash that. But just because the chopstick has to do with the food that I had brought, so these people again started to give me shooting needle pain on the right side of my waist for 4 to 5 times that I was continuously trying to put that trash, down with that chopstick. So again, they want to make issue about it. So first, when I was going to serve hubby, they gave me the spin pain in the right side, just 2 or 3 times. Then they stopped while my hubby was eating for half an hour. They completely stopped. Then when I went to eat the leftover, the green beans, then they gave me shooting needle pain on the right side for 2 3 times to me as well. Then they stopped while I was eating. Then they even stopped while I was washing all the plates, unless and until I reached to get the chopstick. So again, they gave me 4 to 5 times. So you see, this is not random. It's all synchronized, and because these people can read my thoughts, so they do it, and they can see what I see, they can hear what I hear. On these all these targeted individuals website, I've seen all these remote neural monitoring. They do all these, they see everything on their computer and this and that. Okay, so yeah, that's the BS they do. um that's it. I mean, I can go on. They do it for every little thing. Oh, anything, whenever it comes to some kind of slavery, misogyny, dictation stuff, you don't do this. See, now they are giving me shooting needle pain in the right side of my pelvic bone. So whenever it comes to these kind of things, any little thing, where they try to find all these excuses to do super interrogations, to put me down, misogyny, slavery. Oh, by the way, when I was looking at the map and there was like Las Vegas was showing up, these people started to give me they just gave me twitch on the left side of my foot. I just spoke Las Vegas, and they immediately gave me and now they are giving me shooting needle pain in my rectum. But first they gave me twitch on the left side of my foot. Now when I was looking at Las Vegas, they start to give me these um elect like a pressing on the left side of my brain. Okay. And sometimes they do twitches on the left side of my leg to, so they want to, or they start to pull out. This is what they start to do. They started to pull my left side of my eardrum. Rarely they use left side of my eardrum. Okay, but just because I was reading Las Vegas, they immediately start to pull left side of my eardrum. Okay, now they are giving me shooting needle pain in my right side of my pelvic. Oh no, no, don't say that, don't say that, don't expose what we were doing to you. So you see how they were trying to um trying to um make my mind go towards that what is Las Vegas, we all know what goes on there. So this is how they try to manipulate my mind, or program my mind, I would say. uh Many times, like, I was also playing, like, say, Kalki Avatar video, right? Or so, even when I read yesterday, for example, I was reading Darlington Moses book on targeting of star seeds, the targeting of star seeds. And in that, he said that we star seeds are like gods, or we have this God consciousness in us. We are the creators of this entire world. Okay. So when he was saying, look, I just said that, and they just gave me twitch on the left side of my thigh, confirming the same. So this is exactly what they were doing when I was reading the book yesterday night. And when those lines came, where we are the creators and we are the, like, God and all this, they started to give me twitch, just like the way they just gave me twitch today. See, again, they gave me twitch on the left side of my ankle now. One twitch on my thigh. Then again, they gave me one twitch on my ankle, left side. So they are confirmed. Anything on the left side is like a confirmation. Okay. That is what they did yesterday night. And then today when I was watching Kalki Avatar's video, then they and he was this lady was talking about God and Kalki Avatar and all that. These people started to give me twitch on the left side of my legs, confirming. So anything to do with God and Kalki Avatar and all these thing, they immediately start to do all these left side twitches. And even something like Las Vegas or whatever it comes, like they will start to do all these twitches on the left side, or pulling off my eardrums on the left side. Sometimes it's electric shock on the left side, but it's very rare. It's very rarely they use all this on the left side. So yeah, that was the targeting. And they do a lot, like minor stuff they do here and there almost all the time, like either it's twitch or this and that, but I'm not gonna go into that detail. But yeah, this was the major thing that these people did today.